I mean, it's thank you very much. Absolutely, the language is so very essential to who we are. Language uh, really gets at the heart of who we are, where we are, how we understand the world, and our location in it. But language is more powerful than just being descriptive. It creates reality. So reality as we experience it in language. But the way in which we express our experience of the world and that reality is also in language. And what we imagine of the world is also within language. So language is so very much at the heart of who we are. And yes, um, um, the language is powerful. Language has power with it. Language creates. Um, so yes, I mean there are words that we've gotten associated with, and especially because we use the English language, and a lot of the Christianity we know is expressed. The books we've read, the first translations that then were translated into some of the other mother tongues. So English is a mother tongue, French is a mother tongue, Spanish is a mother tongue. But these European mother tongues seem to have taken precedence in describing what the Christian faith is all about. And so even the translation of the scriptures, and so words such as mission got into the language of our, not just European, but the word mission got into even our vernaculars. You know, it was surprising. We can't, I have checked this across the continent of Africa, especially within sub-Saharan Africa, and how it is that there is no local equivalent in the vernaculars for the word mission, but it's mission. You know, it's so yeah, absolutely. So there's a sense in which, because the language, that word is foreign, the experience itself is kind of foreign, so people have to find themselves in it. So really, language matters as we think about what is the gospels and its demand. What does the gospel teach about how we live in a world in which exploitation, violence, injustice seems to take the day? And so we must use a language that communicates to people and their experiences of the world. We really need to be very sensitive. So yeah, we've got to, especially because we know language has power. It comes with it. The issue of empire is big. Again, because of our long history for many of our nations, colonial history, having been conquered in the more recent times by the European empires, Euro-American. I mean, although America might claim itself not to have conquered too many territories in recent times, but the capitalist empire. So empire is not primarily about territory, it's about the how power, public power is exercised, entrusted power, political power is exercised. And so, yes, coming from Africa, experiences of empire, of different forms. There were, uh, chieftaincies, local kingdoms, fights. They are part of that history. Then the colonial conquest, slave trade, all that, and then the colonial situations across. I think this is true across the globe. The heyday of European conquest across the world. All of this has shaped who we are, and I think we need to ask ourselves, how has this experience of violence by external powers, whether those external powers are European or Chinese or Russian, or even within, I mean, I'm thinking about South and East Asia, the powers, Japan, Korea, and so on. And for us, there are also economic powers. How has that experience shaped both where we are, How has it shaped our memory? How has it crafted what we think and hope for in the future? These are questions we must think about, but especially, how has that shaped how we understand the gospel, the story of Jesus of Nazareth, and the call of the gospel upon our lives as we live with other expressions of power that are violent, that dominate, that exploit? Does the gospel story, Jesus of Nazareth, what's the message for us? What does it call upon us in our life today? That is significant. And this is what this forum is going to be about. This is what the work we're doing. And I think it's really, really pivotal. We should have done all this yesterday, but this is a good time. Let's get on with it. Thank you.